It's time for my August TBR, and I think this one is gonna be a little bit short and sweet. Hello book friends, I'm Jen and welcome to my reading life, and I am back today with my August TBR / pile of possibilities. You know how this goes. I tend to want to be a mood reader, and so I often disregard my TBR and read other things entirely. But for this month, I'm doing something a little bit different. I am really keeping my TBR short because I do want to mood read this month. And I have found in the past that August can often be a reading slump month for me. My son goes back to school at the beginning of the month, and often that just sends me into I can't believe summer is already over. Why don't kids go back to school after Labor Day anymore? Anyway, it is what it is. So in order to stave off the dreaded reading slump in August, I am keeping this TBR relatively short. So let's dive into it. I mostly have books here that are for some buddy reads and are off my TBR 24 and 24. And then I just have a couple of other books that I would like to get to in August. But again, if I don't, I'm just gonna mood read off my shelves, which just sounds absolutely perfect for August. But let's dive into the buddy reads first. I have 3 books that I am reading for buddy reads and book club. And the first is for my newly named Gilded Age reading group, and we are going to read The Europeans by Henry James, and this will be my 3rd Henry James. I have read Daisy Miller, and I have also read The Turn of the Screw, and so I am looking forward to diving in and reading this with my 2 lovely Gilded Age buddy readers, Elizabeth and Susan. This is a very slight novel, which I am glad about because for some reason Henry James is another of those authors that seems a little bit intimidating. Like I really am going to need to turn my brain on while I'm reading this one. So I am looking forward to having lovely ladies with lots of wonderful thoughts to discuss this with, especially Susan, who has read a lot of Henry James and hopefully will be guiding us through the reading of this one. And then my next buddy read, and my copy of this book, I ordered this from Thrift Books, and it is so fun. And that is The Peterkin Papers. This is by Lucretia P. Hale. And Kate Howe from Kate Howe's YouTube channel asked if I wanted to read this with her, and we're reading it with a couple of other ladies as well. And this is a middle grade book, and I don't know that much about it, but I love this cover. It's about a family. And I love this. This is, I think, the mom, and she's playing the piano like from the porch, but through the window. The piano's inside and she's outside. So I think this will be lots of fun family antics. At least that's what I'm hoping. And another buddy read that I'm looking forward to. And should be a good, light, and easy counterpoint to The Europeans. And then lastly is the Cozy Reader Book Club pick for August. I know there are quite a few of you out there who are already reading this one, and I'm so looking forward to my reread of this, and I'm going to dive into it on my vacation, which will end in July and start August for me, and that is The Shell Seekers by Rosamund Pilcher. I just love this. It's one of my favorite books, and I can't wait to go back to it. It has been quite a few years since I first read it. Those are all of the buddy book club reads for the month. The next 2 books are off my TBR 24 and 24. Both of them have been sitting on my unread shelf for a very long time, and I'm looking forward to getting to them. The first one is one that I still can't believe I haven't read yet, and that is The Green Gage Summer by Rumer Godden. And I am so excited to dive into this. I believe it start in August? No, maybe it starts earlier in this. Starts in August, and so August seems the perfect month to read it. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned it on here. I know I've mentioned it on my Bookstagram account, but I actually have a green gage plum tree in my backyard, which is kind of fun. And then the next book off my TBR 24 in 24 is The Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri. And I have heard lots and lots of wonderful things about this book. It's been on my TBR forever, and I'm looking forward to diving into it. You know, I do enjoy books both set in India and about Indian expats living in the US or England or elsewhere in the world. So I'm very much looking forward to this. And then the last thing that is a project that I'm working on that I'll be reading in August is continuing on with my year-long read of Middlemarch. And I'm going to be reading book 5 in August. I believe book 5 was originally released around the end of July, like the 27th or 28th. But since I'm going to be on holiday while that date happens, I won't be starting it until I get back. But I figure reading it in August, perfectly sufficient to reading it at about the time it was originally serialized. So I'll be reading book 5 and then moving on to book 6. I'm not sure if that's September or October. And then I only have 2 more books to share with you today. Like I said, this is a short and sweet video. And the first book is the 3rd book in the Chadwick family trilogy, which is Winning Through by Marcia Willett. And I read Looking Forward in June, and I actually haven't started Holding On, but I am going to read it on my vacation. Actually, I think I'm going to start it today and hopefully finish it before the end of July. They are very fast, absorbing reads, and I can't wait to continue on with this family saga. You know, I love a family saga. And then the last book is just one that I decided, I could read this for Read Christie 2024 for my August selection. I have not been keeping up with Read Christie 2024 this year. I have only read 3 or 4 Agatha Christie's this year so far. I'm taking Evil Under the Sun with me on my family vacation, so I might get to that one. That will be a reread for me. But then I thought in August I would try Midsummer Mysteries, and this is my mom's copy. I actually gave this to her for Mother's Day, and she read it and passed it back along to me so that I can read it. So I'm looking forward to diving into some Agatha Christie short stories in August. Like I said, that was short and sweet. And as for the rest of my reading month in August, if I get to anything else, we shall see, because with the start of the school year, any change in schedule sometimes throws my reading schedule into a tailspin. So we will see what I will actually get to. But I certainly have plenty of books here on this shelf. I have a full bookcase across from me as well, full of unread books. I have plenty to choose from. There's always the library. And yes, I'm just looking forward to not having a reading slump in August. Fingers crossed. That is my main goal for this year. I don't know what it has been about the last few summers, but I have really struggled with my reading life in August, which is perfectly fine. Sometimes you do just kind of need to take a break and not force yourself to read. And if that happens again, that happens again. But I'm hoping by not giving myself a lot of like, here's a stack of books I think I want to read in August, that will just alleviate any of that pressure to read anything specific other than the few books that I'm reading for my Buddy Reads TBR 24 and 24 in book group. So that is it. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Have you read any of these books that I talked about today? Or what are you reading in August? Is there something that you are really looking forward to? And I'd love to know if you are also planning to read or reread The Shell Seekers, and if you're joining us for book club this month. Just remember the Cozy Reader Book Club meets on the 3rd Saturday of the month. In August, that falls on the 17th. And if you haven't joined the Cozy Reader Book Club and you would like to, definitely reach out to me and we'll get you added to the group. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you could give it a like and hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. I am so thankful for having all of you here to talk books with, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye.